Yes, sir. $51,507.62. Let's go, man. Yo, what's going on, YouTube? It's O'Neil from Tapped In with O'Neil's. Another week, another $1,000. Y'all know how we rock on this channel. This week, we actually hit our $50,000 mark. Yo, let's clap it up. We back at that 50K. We back at that 50K. 20K off the 70K, which is our peak on this account. $70,000 is where we peaked at, so we about 20,000 off from hitting that peak again. And we're gonna work. So you already know what we do this week. We're gonna start out on the laptop, do our weekly $1,000 deposit, then switch over to the mobile version of the app, show you guys what happened within the portfolio this week, do a review, and let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so as you guys can see, the count is sitting at $44,354.05. Our buying power is at $8,932.61. Let's see how we perform throughout the week. Throughout the week, we're up $878.41, 2.2% to be exact. You guys know crypto is open on the weekend, so it's trading right now. It's not too much movement in the for crypto. It's not too much movement right now. So let's see how much we up on a month. Oh, we down actually. We down 1,500 on a month. So yeah, let's go ahead and look at the breakdown. Individual cash is at 0. Our margin status is low risk. We got $6,243.44 margin buffer. Our margin total is now at $31,021.57, and our margin used is at $22,000. So this is an increase from last week, because last week we was at $18,000, kind of nearing the $17,000 range. But this did bump up, and I'll explain to you guys why it bumped up in a little bit. But as I said, our buying power is at 8,900, and our futures, as you guys know, is about half our buying power, which will be about $4,466.30. So let's go ahead and deposit the funds, deposit our weekly $1,000, and then get the ball rolling. Okay, $1,000 review transfer, just once transfer. Continue with standard. So, you know what I'm saying? Alright. Deposit initiated. Let's see what the account is sitting at now. We have $45,353.06. Our buying power went up $2,000, so it's at $10,932.61. As you guys know, every time I invest $1,000 into this, or I deposit $1,000 into the account, Robinhood allows me to borrow $2,000 of their money. So yeah, the margin used went down from $22,000 down to $21,083.14. So yeah, that's pretty much what the account is sitting at now. And then we'll switch up over to the mobile version and show you exactly what happened in the portfolio this week. All right, so as I mentioned, we have $45,000. Buying power is at $10,000. As you guys can see, we only got one option play active right now, and that's the CONY $11 call. We had to actually roll this position because CONY actually had a nice pump up within the past week. It's been crazy. CONY's been performing extremely well. I'll go to CONY right now, and we do have a payout. Did we have a dividend payout? Did it? Could have sworn we got a dividend payout from CONY. Yep, yeah, we did. So they paid us $134.16 for CONY. Let's show the breakdown. That's about 53 cents per share, and we have 250 shares and 57.57. So yeah, we got, and I turned off drip because, like I said, CONY had a nice pump, and our average cost is at $8.29, and I want to keep it down there. So I just want to collect the money on the house. You see our total return is at $223. On the last day, we went down $123. So it kind of had some pullback on the last day in the market. As you guys can see, it kind of peaked out at, let's see where it peaked out at, $10. Whoa. It peaked out at $10. That's crazy. Yeah, so it had some nice pullback, nearly $1 pullback. Yeah, so that's CONY. Pretty much we had our dividend payout from it. Um, what is next? What else we did? So if you guys don't remember, I had an $11. Was it $11? Let me see. It's TSLL. So for TSLL, we increased our shares of TSLL. We're at 1,500 shares of TSLL now, and the reason being is because we sold another put on TSLL, and we ended up getting assigned that put, and I was okay with getting the assignment to bring my average cost down. I think last week my average cost was at 14.19. So in the last video, I rolled my position. I closed out my $11 put because we had gained a lot of profit because it had a nice pump up to start the week off, and then I opened up a new position which was a $12.5 put strike price, and it, as you guys can see, is trading at $12.21 right now. So we got to sign those shares, and I'm completely fine with that, so we can bring down our average cost and we can get rid of the shares on the wheel strategy a lot faster. So what I didn't know was TSLL actually has a dividend payout. So we got a $98 and 58 cents dividend payout coming, and that was on the 1,100 shares that we had. So that it's not too much per share, so about 8 cents per share, but we have so many shares that it equaled up to $98, which is pretty nice. Going to help bring our average cost down. And here's the big thing: our average cost down is at 13 point. Our average cost is at 13.7, which is nice. Our market value, which means the total amount of money that we have within TSLL, currently is at $18,315.15. Total return, we're down about $2,000, $2,227.54. So yeah, this week I'm going to be looking to sell some options, cover calls on it, on those 1,500 shares. So that's going to be about 15 contracts that I'm going to be selling. And I know you guys, if you haven't watched my last video where I show you a tutorial on how to roll options, I ended up rolling my options, which I didn't need to do because I could have kept my initial target price and just had those expire worthless. But I ended up rolling my options and cutting into some of my profits. So this week I'm just going to pick a target price and I'm just going to stick to it. So I'll give you an example of what the target price that I'm going to be picking for next week and show you guys exactly how much I'm going to be paid out. So my average cost is at 13.7, so I'm going to sell it for no less than $14. So I'm going to pick a $14 strike price, and that's what I'm going to sell it. I'll show you guys how much what that's going to look like. I'll do it live for you guys. No, not buy. We're at buy. We'll go to sell call. So $14 call. We're gonna sell. We got about 15 contracts, so that's about 300. Yep, and then so I'll pick 21. So yeah, so I changed the bid to act to 21. We're gonna sell 15 contracts of TSLL, and that's gonna give us an estimated credit of $314. So yeah, that's pretty much what it's gonna look like. That means that if TSLL is trading at above $14 or above $14, we're gonna get our shares called away, 1,500 shares called away. And at this point, I'm definitely trying to get rid of these shares so I can definitely get out of margin. But as I mentioned, I was okay with taking that assignment, that $5,000 collateral assignment of the $12.5 strike price, because it helped my average cost go down so I can get rid of these shares a lot faster. So yeah, that's what this is gonna look like. I'll go ahead and review this, queue this up. The market is closed, so we have to wait till Monday till these get filled, and then we also have the TSLL dividend that's gonna be buying into it. So yeah, that's what that's looking like. Let's see what else we had. TSLY. I think this is going to be paying our dividend next week. As you guys can see, our average cost is below the actual price of TSLY, so that's pretty good. Let's see. MSTY. We did increase some shares on MSTY. I did end up buying into and I turned off drip for MSTY. I'm gonna turn off drip on all these YieldMax funds or any of the Robinhood funds because anytime I go over my target price, I'm going to turn off drip. With drip is basically the dividend reinvestment plan. That's when when you get paid your dividends, you reinvest right back into the stock or ETF. I'm gonna turn that off and I'll do everything manually. So anytime it drops below my average cost, I will be purchasing more shares, which is MSTY. MSTY pretty much moves a lot throughout the week. So anytime it drops below this $21, I'll buy into it. Preferably, I would like to buy into it when it's at the $20. I'll show you guys what I purchased. Let's see, I bought 20 shares at $20.5, which was a good buy. It helped me bring down my average cost. That costed me $410, and I purchased that on margin, which I was completely fine with. And then, as you guys can tell, last month we got a payout of $88. So we should be expecting a payout next week, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, next week we'll be expecting a nice payout. Let's see how much they paid us last time. They paid us $1.47 per share. We only had 60 shares. So we're at how many shares now? 120 shares. So hopefully going to be looking for more buying opportunities on MSTY. I showed you guys CONY. Yeah, we got, and then the rest of this portfolio, I'm definitely going to be cleaning up. I'm not going to be getting rid of my JP Morgan shares. I'll show you guys what this looks like. I'm up $1,300. I'm not going to be getting rid of those just yet, but the rest of these most likely. And then we had our Ron Hill payout. This is a weekly payout. They paid us $71 for 71 cents for this share. Well, it paid out 69 cents per share to be exact, but it gave us 71 because we're a little bit over one share, because we do have drip activated on this, and this was just an experimental position. So I'm probably going to be looking to increase my shares and position on PLTW, which is a round tail ETF, and it pays you weekly. So yeah, that's pretty much the regular investing account. I'll let you guys know what other plays I do plan on getting into option plays wise next week, because I do have $10,000 in buying power. So we'll see what that looks like. But let's go ahead and go to the traditional. We made a little bit of movement. Before the market closed on Friday, we had placed a $15 call set to expire the coming week. How much did we collect from that? We collected $36, which is not too much, but we only have about 3 contracts, which is about 300 shares of TSLL, as you guys can see, and our average cost is at $15. So I'm not willing to sell it for anything less than $15. And we did get a nice dividend payout from TSLL, which was $26.89. As I mentioned, that's about 8 cents per share. We have 300 shares, so do the math on that, and we're down about $836. So yeah, that's what TSLL is looking like. And here's a sleeper. Here's a sleeper that some of you guys didn't know. Some of you guys might have questioned why I got into TECL about last week. Yo, the nice pump up from TECL. TECL is basically QQQ on steroids. It is a leveraged tech fund that tracks the S&P 500. Basically, the S&P 500's top tech stocks is encompassing TECL basically. So, and it's leveraged. So yeah, we got a nice dividend payout of 60 cents from it. We went up $34 and we only got 3 shares. So our average cost is at $79, and look where it's sitting at now. We just purchased this last week. This was a great buy on my part. This was a great buy. So I might be looking into buying TECL a little bit more. But we'll see as time goes on. Not too much going on differently in the traditional IRA, but yeah, that's what it's looking like now. And as you guys know, the Roth IRA, we over $2,000, and I mentioned we hit that about a week and a half ago, or we was at 19, almost hitting the $2,000 mark a week and a half ago. But last week we cracked the 2K mark, and now we're at nearly 2,200 right now. Buying power is at $4.90. I haven't cleaned it up. I'm gonna make a separate video on me cleaning up this portfolio, but you guys know I buy $8.40 into JEPQ and SCHD on a daily basis, and on a weekly basis I invest into QQQ, $6 to be exact. We do have a SCHD dividend payout, which is our first dividend payout, $6.10. That's gonna be about 26 cents per share, and we got about 23 shares, so that's gonna be really nice. Is really nice. Average cost is at $26.41, so not too much movement. We're down just a little bit. Going to be looking for a nice pump up this week in JEPQ. I think we do get a dividend payout next week. We are below our average cost, which is where our total return is up $31.29, which is a 5.8% return. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And let's go ahead and look at the overall account overview. Yes, sir. $51,507.62. Let's go, man. Yo, we making move. We making the markets move, yo. We doing our thing. Like I said, we making our way back to that 70K. 20K off. We're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep doing what we gotta do. And yeah, but yeah, this is the overall portfolio review. I don't want to make this video too long. I think I pretty much covered everything. You guys, let me know if you got any comments to, or anything you want to add in the comment section. Go ahead and comment. Let me know how y'all feel. If you got any questions to ask, DM me on Instagram. I answer all my DMs. Some of you guys have been taking advantage of that, asking me questions, and hopefully I've been answering all you guys' questions. If you felt like this was useful anyway, go ahead and hit that like button, comment, subscribe, turn on your post bell notifications. We're gonna be dropping a lot of content, man. Dropping a lot more content. And yeah, join up on the Discord if you want to talk to like-minded individuals like myself and others. And yeah, without further ado, let's tap that on now. And I'm signing out.